my loves. Okay, so where you been, yo? Videos. I didn't want my first video back to be all dramatic and, you know, and a lot of the issues of why I left YouTube about 9-10 months ago, I'm not going to talk about today. You guys know I have mental health issues, anxiety, depression, and was recently diagnosed with ADHD, which I'm going to do a series on mental health. So we'll save all of that for those videos. But I just want to talk about YouTube and kind of the impact that it had on me, and one of the reasons that I chose to leave YouTube. When I posted my very first YouTube video, and I will link it in this one, but when I posted that very first one, I was living in a hotel room for work, and I had went shopping at Ulta, and I had this huge Ulta haul, and I got out my iPhone and I propped it up, and I just videoed what I purchased at Ulta. So my first video was an Ulta haul, and then I had people reaching out to me about what skincare I use. So I did a video about my skincare routine, and it was so much fun for me. And I think that YouTube kind of distracted me from my anxiety, from my depression, just turning on the camera and sharing with the world all the things that I enjoyed about makeup. But what began to happen is it went from me just being myself in front of the camera, sharing what I love, to, oh, I don't have enough subscribers. How do I get more subscribers? Not many people watched that video. What was wrong with that video that a lot of people didn't like to watch it? You know, I started getting kind of, I wouldn't say obsessed with the numbers, but I was watching the numbers, and I would feel bummed or sad if I didn't have a video that did really well. Or some of my videos did extremely well, and so I got this like, yes, I have figured it out. I have found the sweet spot. You know what I mean? So I would post another video similar to that, and it wouldn't get as many views. So I was getting caught up in all of that number nonsense. And on top of that, as you get more subscribers and as your channel starts to see a little bit of growth, you feel like you have to purchase every new eyeshadow palette, every new foundation. I have to try 20 foundations this month, or else no one's going to want to watch my channel, you know? And I got into so much of the consumerism side of it. And I got this crazy hair right here that's driving me nuts. Like, what you doing? Okay. I was purchasing so much makeup because no one's going to want to watch my channel if I have old makeup. I have to have the new stuff. I have to have what's just now coming out. And so I was just buying so much. I recently purged a ton of eyeshadow palettes and other types of makeup palettes. And I had purchased three or four Jeffree Star eyeshadow palettes because people love Jeffree Star. People watch the Jeffree Star videos. So I've got to buy the Jeffree Star palette, knowing I didn't really like those palettes. They were not me. And so I don't even think it's a very fair or good review. I mean, it's okay to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't get me wrong. But to purchase something just for the sake of what viewers are going to watch it, when I know it's not something I'm going to like, it kind of skews your reviewing a little bit. The pressure of how many subscribers, how many viewers, how many likes, the pressure and the amount of money that I was spending on buying all of this new product. Gotta have it, next product. It got so overwhelming. It just, when I was already on a downward spiral from anxiety and depression, my job is literally kicking the shit out of me every single day. What once was my getaway now was adding to that downward spiral. And also, if you'll notice, I used to be cruelty free, or I tried. That was something else that just made me so anxious. Like, I have people, it's so hard, even if you follow a lot of the really reputable cruelty free, like, I can't think of one right now. The websites that tell you here's a list of what's not, here's a list of what is, sometimes they're wrong. And so, like, when I would do a cruelty free video and someone would come in and comment, that's not cruelty free, it would just make my anxiety soar. And when I would be shopping and I was trying to make purchases and trying to go into the app and see if it's cruelty free, and then it got to be too much. I'll tell you what happened. I recorded a couple of videos, and I never used an SD card with my old camera. It just recorded on my camera. So then I would plug in the camera to my laptop and download all of the videos. I lost the cord. And that was my excuse for a couple months. Well, I'm missing a piece to my camera. And then it was, well, I'm looking for a new camera. And I was camera shopping for a while. But I didn't want to come back to YouTube until I was ready to just be me. I look at the last video that I posted, and I don't even recognize that chick. Like, I mean, her personality is mine. But there's so much about her that's not. And so, until I could come back to YouTube, be me, 110%, and that's going to include dropping the F-bomb, that's going to include lots of bloopers, that's going to include, sometimes I'll get on here and do a video with no makeup, flawed hair, like, until I was prepared to get in front of this camera and just be me, 100% authentic me, I wasn't going to come back. And so I finally felt like I got to the point that I was feeling good from a mental health perspective. Well, feeling better. And I was at the point that I was like, I am presenting myself without any filters on, right? Because I did put, I don't want to say that wasn't me that you guys watched before, but there were filters on, not actual filters, but I'm talking about filters on my personality. Because I was constantly worrying about, well, if I say fuck, I might lose a lot of subscribers, you know. So anyway, a bitch is back, and this is her. This is just me. This is just me. So, we're going to do a couple of new things on this channel that we didn't do before. We're going to do a dedicated series to mental health. I think that's very important. One thing that I learned through these last probably 6 months is there are so many people that are going through the same thing. And some of those individuals are embarrassed. They feel like it makes them weak. There's a lot of reasons why people don't want to come out and say, here are my mental health illnesses. And so when I was probably at one of my lowest points, I did a Facebook Live video. And I just put everything out on the table. Like, this is what I'm going through. This is my state of mind. This is what I've been going through the past year or two. And the comments and the private messages was overwhelming. So many of us have mental health issues. Let me silence this phone because we're talking serious stuff and people just ain't gonna leave me alone. So disrespectful. So many people are going through the same thing. And so I want to do a dedicated series to my experience with mental health. And that might entail some, if I'm having a really anxious moment, I might turn the camera on. And it might make me feel better. Or it might make me worse and I have to turn the camera back off. I don't know, but I want to capture some of those moments. I also want to, I will do some videos on cruelty free, but this is not going to be a 100% cruelty free channel. I'm so sorry to anyone that's like, man, but I just can't put that pressure on myself. And I forgot what I was going to say. What other videos do I want to do? Well, anyway. Sorry. I want to do like a current affairs kind of video. Now, most of y'all know my political, what party I choose to support. But it's not going to be me being all liberal in your face saying this is why you should be liberal. I don't want to do anything like that. But I think it would be a really cool idea to, after a debate, whether it be Democrat or Republican, just kind of talk about some of the things that were said that I appreciate, some of the things that said that I question. It's really, I was going to say it's going to be unbiased. I'm going to lean to the left. That's my right. I ain't leaning right. But I want it to be informative, not persuasive. That's the best way to put it. Informative, not persuasive. Because I think a lot of people get their information from Facebook. And it's not always right. In fact, probably about 85% of the time, it's inaccurate. So I want people to be informed. And once you're informed, who you vote for, that's your choice, So something around that, you'll start seeing more and more on my channel, and it could be a total disaster. I'm not going to lie, because I'm very passionate about politics. So it's going to take a lot for me to not be persuasive, but I'm not going to. Strictly informative, 98% of the time. And in the comment section, you are welcome to argue with me and tell me why you think I'm wrong. I'm a big girl. I can handle that. Okay, guys, that is where I've been, but a bitch is back. She ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And it's nap time. I got all dressed up to take a nap. That's how we roll around here. All right, until next time, my loves.